Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is this past week's empties from Sunday last week to yesterday. So let's get started. I got through quite a bit of empties this week, and even though most of these I started before this week started, I finished all of these this week, and I was really excited because I feel some days I'm putting a dent in my stash, and then other days I don't feel like that. So I have a good variety of blends in here. I still have in my melting totes, I still have some winter, not so much holiday scents anymore, but I'm slowly putting in normal scents and getting ready to change into spring and summer stuff with coconuts and a little bit more floral. I don't do a lot of heavy floral, but I do like floral every now and then. So I emptied out my basket and let's get started. There's a couple in here that don't have the scent notes on them, but I looked them up just before I started to film, so hopefully I'll remember them. I'm a little tired today, so forgive me. Okay. Yankee Evergreen Mist. I did not look the notes up for this one because frankly I forgot about this one. But basically this is pine. Is this as strong as their balsam and cedar? No. I like balsam and cedar a little bit more than this. This is a little, it's pine. I don't get anything, any other oil in this blend. It's just pine to me. And would I buy this again? Probably not. I don't know if they make this anymore. In some of my past videos, I'm done with Yankee melts. There's a couple I would make an exception for, but I don't like how quickly they dissipate in my house. I like for a scent to be able to last a long time, because then there's some Better Homes and Gardens and some Sensationals Walmart wax that lasts half the day. So these ones, I feel they peter out pretty easy, and I'm just not going to repurchase Yankees. I do have maybe 6 or 7 more clams of these. I mean, I do like the shape. I do like the shape that these come in, although this is a good bit of waste, for the environment, compared to the other clams that are at retail, in my opinion. But this one here is a one and done for me. Okay. I have a good bit of samples. I've been melting through my samples in my master bathroom to really see if I want to buy larger sizes. First one off is Arrow. Arrow, this was my very first time with Arrow. Arrow is Seattle Rain and Prince Charming from Lush. And that Prince Charming is pomegranate and grapefruit. So Seattle Rain, which is very fresh and clean, and I loved it. I did not get pomegranate and I did not get grapefruit. Grapefruit is not for me in wax. I think grapefruit smells like BO when it's melting. I have not had a blend with grapefruit that has pleased me, basically. But this one, Arrow, I would buy this again, probably in bunt form. That would be enough for me. This is clean, it's fresh, and if I would have known how this would have performed, how fresh it was, because when I smelled it on cold, I thought, that's a good bathroom scent, I'll throw it in for the day, and it really shocked me. I was surprised. I haven't had experience with this yet, but I would buy that again, definitely. Next is Swanky. This is Eggnog, Zucchini, Pumpkin Pecan Waffle. This was a rose. This was from the pre-order that I made in October, and the ones that were shipped in December. This I did not get any eggnog from. If anything, it added just a little bit of extra creaminess to this blend. I have this going downstairs in my kitchen, and when I know that I'm going to be using a blend in my kitchen, I cut a rose into 4 pieces. And yes, they're big hunks, but I need that extra bump of fragrance down there because it is an open concept area. Usually if I know I'm going to melt it upstairs, I will cut this into 7 pieces. I know Jeannie's even said cut a rose into 4 pieces, but I've tried that with some other roses, just experimenting, and it can be a little bit too much upstairs here for me. So this one I liked. You get that creaminess from the eggnog, like I said. You get the pumpkin pecan waffle kick. And then zucchini bread, it's very creamy. I didn't get too much spice in this blend, which I really liked this. I would buy this in a larger size. I would definitely buy this again. I think I bought 2 roses of this. I might have another one floating around this place unless I used it already. I'm trying to use my Swanky. I need to go into my overflow storage in the basement and get my loaves out. I moved a lot of my loaves downstairs, but one of my projects for this coming week or the next couple of weeks is I'm going to go downstairs in my basement storage and really, you know, pull stuff out that I want to melt, or pull stuff out that I want to, you know, move on out of here, and just really get organized and really kind of see what all do I have. You know, like I have a picture in my head of each tote I have downstairs, but until I get in there, you know, it's like Pandora's box. There's a lot, you know. If you can organize it and pack it well, you can get a lot in there. It's just like a suitcase. So that's my experience with that. Next is Shipwrecked from Rose Girls. This is blue sugar, vanilla sandalwood, Nilla Noel, and Gilligan's Brew, which is coconut milk and cream. I love this blend. It's creamy. I have vanilla sandalwood on its own, and it is a really creamy, nice, rich blend. And it plays very well with the blue sugar in this blend, and also the creaminess bumps up a factor when you have the Nilla Noel and the Gilligan's Brew. I think I have one more bag of this. If not, then I'm out of this. But I think I have one more bag. Jenny doesn't pour this very often, but I'm using it because I think this is a year old. So I'm trying to use a lot of my older wax. And I'm working on Rose Girls. I don't have any more Rose Girls in this week, but I am working on, I have a Rose Girls tote. Because I mean, I have a lot of Rose Girls. And in my experience, I'm finding the wax that is sometimes right at the 12 month age, and even through to 18 months, the scent is depleting. And I actually I had 2 bags of Absolute Coffee and espresso, you know, 1 bag of each, that I melted them, and I just wasn't getting coffee. It lost its magic. And I think those bags are almost 2. You know, I think I made them in one of the very first orders that I ever ordered from Rose Girls, which was in early 2021. So you got to use that old wax up, and I know a lot of us are doing that right now. So yeah, if I'm using a wax and I'm just not smelling it, it goes right in the garbage. I mean, it is what it is. So no matter what I do, I can't get that scent to come back if it's already died. So yeah, I'm using my old wax. Okay, next, Sweet on Paris, Let Them Eat Cake, Pink Sugar. I had this going in my tea light in my spare bathroom. This one basically was just Sweet on Paris with a little extra kick of sweetness from the pink sugar. I like Sweet on Paris. I don't know all the notes that's in it. It's raspberry and tangerine, I think, or nectarine, and some other fruity stuff. But I like it. Would I buy this again? Yes. But I don't find myself craving Sweet on Paris very often. It's a perfumey, feminine blend, and I like it, but it's not, I'm more bakery, earthy, that type of stuff. But it's kind of a problem because there isn't much that I don't like in wax. That's why I have a lot. But I like the variety that I am able to give myself, you know, when I go to pull for something to melt. Next is Starfleet. This name has changed, I think, to Jelly Rolls. This is Super Tarts. I think it changed to Jelly Rolls. I just got my Wax Wednesday order the other day. I'm probably going to do a video for it, so if you're interested in more detail on my Super Tarts order, watch for my video. Not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm not sure. The only reason being is I'm probably not going to be ordering from Super Tarts anymore, just because of you know, if you're in the group and you saw Brandy and Brady's announcement, you know, they're changing their business model, and the wax is going to be very hard to get, in my opinion. So I'm just going to have to say sayonara, you know, with it, and enjoy what I bought and let it be. So Starfleet is zucchini bread, jelly donuts, and I think marshmallow. I think that's the last note of it. I love this. I should have bought this in a full BAM. I got this in a half BAM. She does zucchini bread blends very well, in my opinion. So this is a perfect, like almost 50-50 zucchini bread jelly donut. You have that punch of berry that's coming through. You have the creaminess of the zucchini bread and just a little extra sweetness from the marshmallow. I'm pretty sure it's marshmallow, that last note. This is one of my favorite blends I've ever had from her. Speaking of super tarts, another one I finished up is Thanos. I think this name changed to Midnight, I think. I'm not sure though. I think this blend is lavender or lavender buds and is it marshmallow? I don't know. This is an herbal lavender scent. That's basically what this is. If it did change to Midnight, I got another half BAM of this. It is a beautiful lavender. It's herbal lavender. There really isn't much to it other than it's a relaxing, serene lavender scent. Thanos or Midnight. I think Midnight. Okay. Vintage Chic Powdered Donut Cafe. This was a double leaf. This was from October 19th of 21. This was in one of my, actually not my, one of my, in my very first order that I made from Vintage Chic. I got this guy. This is powdered donuts and fresh picked strawberries. And I know there's so many of you out there that love her fresh picked strawberries. I like this. I got the donuts and it's like putting your nose in a box of powdered jelly donuts. Really, it really truly is. This is spot on. I like this. I wish the strawberry was just a hair stronger, but I do know the fresh picked strawberry oil it's not as strong as some of the other ones that are out there, in my opinion, in what my nose smells. But this one, I would buy this again. Yes. I don't know if it will be coming back, but you know, because she's closing sometime this year. But I would buy that again. Next is Hazelnut Coffee from L3. This was a trig tart. I bought this because 1, I love coffee. 2, I've never had hazelnut coffee in wax. And 3, it's a trig tart. So I knew I could blend this a little bit. But honestly, this was so strong on its own. It's got, I don't know if this is hazelnut coffee creamer or if it is just hazelnut coffee. I want to say there's some sort of creamy component to it because it is creamy. I did not blend this, believe it or not. I snapped off this whole entire thing and melted it alone because I really liked that. Like I said, I haven't had hazelnut and hazelnut coffee at that, and I really went for it, and I really liked this. So I would buy this again. If you like coffee and you haven't tried that one, it's a good one. Next, this was a sample of cherry amaretto orange coffee cake. You have to like amaretto, you have to like cherry to like this blend, basically. I guess I'm in the minority that love all those things, and this is one I would like to buy again. Although my only criticism with this is I didn't get a lot of the coffee cake. I wanted a little bit more of the richness of that batter, a little bit more of that. This was basically cherry and amaretto, which I'm not complaining about, but I found myself wanting more of those bakery notes. Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds Lavender Buttercream. This is basically just Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, which is marshmallow perfume from Bath & Body Works. There's other notes to it, but I don't know. I just call it the marshmallow perfume because I know that a lot of people love Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. It's pretty, it's feminine, it's creamy. I liked this. I didn't get so much of the lavender per se because it is lavender buttercream, so it's already creamed up as it is. But this was a nice blend. I would buy this in a bunch. I would give it another try and put it all throughout my home to see how it worked. This is that Smell Good shop, which I love that Smell Good shop, and I've only purchased from her a couple of times. This is Leatherface. Leatherface is zucchini bread, caramel vanilla, and butter cookie. This was fantastic. Her wax, I think her name is Wendy, if I'm not mistaken. Her wax throws beautifully for me in my home, and I want to buy more from her, but unfortunately I have to use what I have, and I have to just you know, take a break from some vendors. I can't keep buying. Although I would want to. So this is definitely on my list to buy later on when I really want to start dipping my toe back into buying from a vast variety of vendors. I have a handful, 3 to 4 now, that I am supporting, and I want to expand that out again, you know, later on down the road. We will revisit that. This is creamy. You can tell it's zucchini bread blend, but it has enough creaminess from the caramel and whatever's in her butter cookie. This is a great blend. I would buy this again. This is the Bathing Garden. Now, I sold most of my Bathing Garden wax because I know there's a lot of talk out there. You have to let it cure for a year. You know, it doesn't work in some warmers. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. And I think for the Bathing Garden, I've only purchased from her one time. And I do have some samples left over that I'm finding and I'm using up. One of the main things, other than the fact that you have to let the wax cure a hell of a long time, I'm not a fan of all of the glitter and all of the junk that is in here. And is it beautiful? Yes. But it's hell cleaning it out of my warmers. And that's just, it is what it is. It puts my OCD in a place where it doesn't need to be activated by wax, which is supposed to bring me happiness. So that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of you out there that appreciate that and really like that. You know, when you look in your warmer, I am not in that camp. This basically is this Razzleberry Bear. This was fruity. And I didn't look up these notes because I'm not in the group anymore, and I don't even know where to find if she even has her blends on the website. I didn't even look. But my husband commented that this was good, so at least he was able to smell it. It was weak for me, but it was fruity. If this was maybe not as decorated as it was, this was an Easter egg in here, and it had all sorts of stuff on it. It was a mess getting it out of my tea light warmer. But that's all I have to say about the Bathing Garden. Her bath products, though, are fantastic. I do have some of those. This is Hayden Row, another vendor that I don't talk about very much because, frankly, I moved all of her wax that I have downstairs just because a lot of the blends I have of hers are fresh and they're strong and they're more summertime scents in my opinion. And yes, I do have a lot of earthy ones like Hayden, and Hayden is a beautiful scent, and I like the meditation one she has. She uses a lot of amber in a lot of her blends, and I love amber. It's very relaxing to me. So when I go down in my wax project, I'm going to bring up some Hayden. So I'll be talking a little bit more about her stuff. This was a sample, Best in Show. I don't remember what month I bought this. This is Neroli, Orange Blossom, Ylang Ylang, Rosewood, and Sandalwood. So we have a lot of flowers going on here. Orange Blossom makes me smell sunscreen. You know, it's just the way my brain is. But I didn't let this melt very long because my husband commented it and hated it. So I had to, you know, let it melt down, and I removed it from the warmer. So I can't comment on how long this lasted or anything like that. But if I had to guess, I would say this would be a long-lasting one because it was so strong. Ylang Ylang is strong. Orange Blossom is strong. Rosewood, I'm not sure how that smells alone, but I didn't want to upset my husband, so I removed this from my warmer. And he's been speaking up. I've always told him, you know, throughout my wax journey, tell me if you like a scent or tell me if you hate a scent, because I don't want to melt something that's turning him off, you know, and making him you know, be repulsed to come into the room. He is like that with key lime. He thinks key lime smells like vomit. My mother does too, believe it or not. So I don't buy anything it's key lime. And the couple of blends I have that are key lime, I have to melt when he is not home. And sometimes he can even still smell it lingering, especially if I melt it downstairs. This week I found out a couple more blends that he is just not fan of. So a couple of this one being one of them, and another one is vanilla buttercream frosting, believe it or not. I have a trig tart of it that I was blending around the other day with it, but I melted it down by itself because I really wanted to see what is the base of that vanilla buttercream frosting. What does it really smell like? So I know what it's contributing in the blends that I have with it. And he just thought it smelled weird on its own. But I blended it with Christmas PJs, actually, from L3. That is Downy, Blue Spruce, and Sugar Cookies. And I really wanted to mix it with laundry because I have never, I'm just playing around. I blend a lot. I blend a lot of stuff in my house. And he liked it better in a blend. So now, you figure that stuff out. That's why I love Trig Tarts. I love blending because you never know, what smells great to you can smell like ass to somebody else. Sorry, it just is what it is. Okay, orange marmalade, orange chiffon cake, amaretto. Another sample. Compared to the other amaretto blend I had, the cherry amaretto orange coffee cake, I liked this guy a lot better. This one, you can get the strength of the orange chiffon cake, which is beautiful orange cake. It's delicious. I like the addition of the amaretto. It wasn't too overpowering. I was able to still get those orange notes that came through, which I appreciated very much. Amaretto, although it's one of my favorites, it's a strong baby. So the orange marmalade just added a little extra pop of citrus. Next, another little sample of L3. I purchased her Try Me sample bags 2 or 3 times, so I have a lot of samples. They are some of the best money I've spent because you find, oh, I don't really like that one. I'm happy I didn't buy a bunt of it or a puppy pack of it even, or a loaf. I really like the fact that samples exist from L3. Beach Sage, Mint, and Bergamot Waters. This was clean, crisp. It reminded me of being in a beach house, honestly. I love the beach. One of my favorite things to do at the beach is walk on the beach at night. I love it. When my husband and I went to we golf. My husband is a golfer. I am a caddy and a golf cart driver. Although I do know how to golf. I have a set of golf clubs. I did take golf lessons several seasons ago. I don't want to be that person who holds up on a golf course. I just need to, I'm going to go out and golf with Marty this year, and I really want to finish a round, even if it's just a round of 9. I really want to do that. It's one of my personal challenges this year. But one of my favorite things to do is walk on the beach. In 2021, the U.S. Open golf tournament was in Torrey Pines in San Diego. My aunt lives in San Diego, so we drove. It's about, well, I don't remember if it was 10 hours or 12 hours from here where I live, but we went. And one of my things that when we got there that day, we went to Coronado Island, if you've ever been to San Diego, and we walked on the beach. I love Coronado. I love their beach. It's beautiful. And, you don't go out in the water, of course. I just let the tide was out, if I remember right, so the water didn't come up too close to me, but sometimes it does. I love walking on the beach. This reminds me of what being in a beach-like environment is. And yep, it's clean, it's oceanic, it's very calming. I would buy this again, absolutely. Teddy Bees. Queen's Dowry. I finished up this souffle. This is strawberry pound cake, toasted marshmallow, and pecan waffles. This is PPW and strawberry pound cake. But this is creamy. This is yummy. I used this all over my upstairs. I had it going in my tea light warmers. I used it in my Accord in my office. I had it in my element warmers, or hot plate warmers, whatever you want to call it. I love this blend, and I think I would buy another souffle of this. Yes, it's nothing special, but it's creamy as hell. It's really, really good, and this is nice for those days where you want a little bit of bakery, but not like a whole entire cake, in my opinion. So this was great. I love Teddy Bees. I love the texture. I love it all. Okay, coming down to the last few here. Uncle Fester from Vintage Chic. This is orange caramel cake and zucchini bread. I bought Kirby had a sale. What was it? She had a sale or something. I honestly don't remember when. If you watch my channel, you know I took myself out of Vintage Chic, out of the group for a while last year because I needed to sever with a couple of groups because I was buying too much wax. So Vintage Chic was one of those I removed. But when Kirby announced her retirement this year, I am back in the group. So in January sometime, she had a sale, and I bought a mystery box, or a mystery bag, whatever you want to call it. This guy was in it. These were little, I don't know the Halloween movie of the one with the white, not the Scream mask, the hockey, why am I thinking hockey player mask? It's white, and it has, I don't know, I'm doing it a disjustice, but it's a little faces from Halloween movie of some sorts. I don't know. If you had this, or you had her mold of that little face, please tell me what it is, because it's driving me nuts. I don't know what it is. This was a great zucchini bread blend. I haven't had orange and zucchini bread until I have this, believe it or not. Which, having this blend, if you watched my L3 video from yesterday, I purchased a orange creamsicle zucchini bread scoop, which I thought, yeah, I'll like that because I really liked this. This is a creamy blend. It's got the orange, a hint of orange. It has that richness from the caramel. This was a really good blend. I would buy that again. One more sample of L3, Summer Scoops, Strawberry Pound Cake, and Don't Cross Streams. This was a beautiful strawberry blend. I mean, Don't Cross Streams is one of my favorite vanilla blenders. It's strong. It does its job. Summer Scoops is strawberry ice cream from Yankee, and Strawberry Pound Cake is strawberry pound cake. So this was strawberry, and I liked it a lot. One more Swanky. I have zucchini, pumpkin pecan waffles, marshmallow, and vanilla bean Noel. So kind of similar to the one I talked about earlier with the eggnog and the zucchini and the pumpkin pecan waffles. I like this a little bit better because you could get a little bit more of the spice from the zucchini, and you still get all that good stuff. The vanilla bean Noel, you get the marshmallow, you get the PPW, you get all of that stuff going. I have this going in my kitchen downstairs, so I cut this rose in 4, just like I did the other one, and it was fantastic. And finally, this one has a little bit of sentimental value to me, and it's nothing special, but I'll tell you my story. This is Glitterati, coconut milk and lavender. This was a chunk from January of 2021. That was the first month I found vendor wax. I found vendor wax in late, I'm talking like Christmas, day after Christmas, late 2020. But I didn't make an order with any vendor until really of a significant order until January 1st of 2021, and that was with Destination Wax, actually. But in the Glitterati group, I put my name back when Janine did it in her Facebook page, her newbies drawing. My very first newbies drawing I entered, I was picked. So I guess I'm lucky in the wax world in that regard. But this was the very first chunk of Glitterati that I melted. And when I put this in my warmer, the scent that really grabbed me in vendor wax was zucchini bread. That's why I will always have some sort of zucchini bread in my arsenal. Coconut milk and lavender, the first time a scent spoke to me, to use that verbiage. The creaminess of the coconut milk and just the calmness of that lavender. I had never smelled anything like this up to that point in my life. And now I know this is a single oil and I don't see it poured very often, but I've been hoarding this chunk for 2 years now. And has it lost a little bit of potency? Yes, it has, because it's 2 years old. But I still got those feelings of, I remember the first time I smelled this and what it did to me. So thank you, Janine, for picking me, or the machine picking me, I should say, or whatever, system you used for the newbies. And thank you for putting this in my box because it gave me that beautiful scent memory. So great. That's all my empties for this week. This was this past Sunday, which last week was the 29th, I think. Yeah, 29th. And to the 4th, which was yesterday. So next weekend, I will do today, the 5th, through next Saturday. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great week. I'll see you soon.